All right, welcome everybody. We are live. Great to be here with you. Dr. Eric, good to see you, man. Edward, good to see you, brother.
Good to see you guys.
Hey, good to see everyone.
Love it. Well, it's been incredibly nonstop the last couple of weeks. We got some important updates for everyone here today. Dr. Eric, I'm excited because you just shared with us you and Dr. CJ are going to be in Austin looking at locations for the very first Biolimitless Center, which is going to be that's going to be the training center, right? For
Yeah, that'll be our headquarters, Jeremy. So we've got man, like I said, I feel like I'm shopping for a house again. We're walking around with our realtor all day tomorrow in Austin and man, we've got some phenomenal locations picked out and really excited about the vision and what we've seen with this and the process that we've gone through with the designers to make these not just the vision of what we said, like an Apple store and a Tesla store, got together and had this baby with a wellness center, but the functionality of these things, man, are really so super cool. So I can't wait for everybody to see the videos that we're putting together, the renditions that'll be launching soon. And this really, I mean, of all the things we're doing, I'm excited about everything, but I know we're going to have such a massive impact with these biolimitless centers of excellence. And I know that because, like, one of my biggest frustrations, I just experienced it today. So here it is. I'm in my office in the morning this morning, and I had a family from New York, two families from Pittsburgh, a family from Texas, a family from Rhode Island. I mean, people come from all over the
yeah.
country. And my biggest frustration is, where do I send them now after we find out what's wrong with them? And they've
Yeah.
got to come back to my facilities every 6 weeks to every 90 days. And when we have these biolimitless centers of excellence up across the globe, that solves that problem. So it's really exciting, man. It really is.
It's going to be incredible. I know we're about a week away from going live with phase one of the crowdfund. And man, we're going to make history. This has never been done by the people, for the people movement like this, where the community has ownership in the clinics, in the centers of excellence. And it's just a game changer. The whole business model, and definitely excited. We're going to be doing a webinar before we launch the crowdfunding, really going through the entire model. And it'll be incredible to hear from you and Dr. CJ on the vision of the Biolimitless Centers of Excellence. We'll be showing the numbers. I mean, this is huge, guys, to get to have equity ownership in something this disruptive. And we're talking about 50% equity, 50% profit sharing back to the community. We had a great conversation with our SEC attorney this week, and we'll be sharing all of that with everybody, the registration for the offering with the SEC, and a lot of great things coming, a lot of great things to share. It's never been done. It's going to be such a disruptive part of the business model. But tonight, guys, we're going to share some really important updates with you about where we're at and why we're in this moment right now. Of course we know that a lot of folks are waiting on their products. When are products going to ship? And we're going to talk about that tonight. When's credit card processing going to go live? We're going to talk about that and more tonight. But Edward, I know you're on your way to the airport. So, brother, thanks for jumping on here. And listen, you've built some incredible businesses in your life. You've been on a journey where you've overcome challenges many times in your life. So, what's your perspective, man? We're in pre-launch right now. I guess we just finished what, 3 weeks, 4 weeks now from our Vegas event, 4 weeks from our Vegas launch event. And we're in pre-launch all the way up to March 1st, guys. And there's a reason we're very clear about that, because we are going to have all of everything ironed out, all of the bugs worked out, everything like a well-oiled machine hitting on all cylinders before we go live. And this is really a unique opportunity for those who are first movers, those who say, listen, I'm willing to be a pioneer. I'm willing to go through the challenges as long as I know the vision is big enough, real enough to make it worth those challenges. And we just want to say thank you to all of the leaders out there who have just been a part of this journey already in the first 4 weeks. And trust us when we say it's going to be worth it. What we are building, what we are launching, what we are creating together is truly history in the making. And we're going to all get to look back at this pre-launch phase and say, man, I remember when. So, Edward, I'll throw it to you, man, to share your thoughts on where we are and where we're going.
Sure. Well, first of all, I want to say for Japanese community, we don't have translation because it was in a short notice, but we'll do a separate call for Japan. That's going to be posted. But Jeremy, you just touched something that it came to my mind. A really short, like a story. Jim Rome talks about two men. They wake up in the morning and there's a storm, and one man looks at the window and says, "Wow, it's big storm. I'm not gonna go to work today. Sales can wait." Second man wakes up, he sees the storm. He goes like, "Wow, there's a big storm. Probably everybody's gonna be home. It's gonna be a good time to go and do some sales." It's just how you look at the things. Right now, we just launched. This is opportunity for people who's not afraid of storm and go do some sales. It just when you spoke, and I remember the story. It's not. He talks more about it, but put it in a short version. That's where we are. We just soft launched. It's amazing opportunity. There's gonna be a sunshine. There's gonna be a good, easy. Everything's gonna be flowing smoothly. But we just soft launched. That's my words. I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna check off the video because I'm gonna catch the Uber, but I'm gonna be here all the time listening.
Awesome. Safe travels, brother. Yeah, no, I love it. I mean,
All
Dr.
right, guys.
Eric,
Thank you.
we'll see, brother. Thank you, man. I mean, this is, this is, and I don't want to offend anybody by saying this, but this is the fun part. I mean, this is the part where, the
Yeah.
part of the journey where you realize, okay, let's roll up our sleeves. This is where leadership is exemplified. This is where opportunity really exists. Brother, what we have at Biolimitless is so disruptive. What we're setting up tonight, guys, we're going to talk about the core four. We haven't even announced that yet, but Dr. Eric's going to share with you two more products that we're going to be launching over the next month that are going to complete the foundation package. We've got the first two products launched, the second two products, and these are all products designed to impact our health at the most cellular level. And if you remember Dr. Eric, when he does his presentation, talking about not just treating the symptoms, which are on the left side of the chart, but really getting to the roots, which are on the right side, healthy cells and understanding your DNA. And brother, this DNA test, I mean, it's a game changer. I ran it by some friends of mine that are in the genetics community, and they said literally there's nothing like this out there in the marketplace. We are bringing a one of a kind DNA testing and app to the world that's going to provide so much insight into their health, and it's incredible. In fact, listen, I was talking to David, who's one of your partners that's been helping with manufacturing. Bro, he shared some of the microbiotic samples with some of his friends, and he said I purposely shared it with my more skeptical friends. He said everyone, he's the one of the most skeptical guys I know as well. He said every one of them came back to him and said after 2 days, we completely felt the difference. Our energy levels, the clarity of mind, that was just from the microbiotic product. And so, guys, we're bringing something so powerful to the market, and then you combine that with the first ever decentralized crowdfunding model in the peer-to-peer industry, fully registered, fully legal in the United States and around the world, that allows the people to own equity in this project, actually have profit sharing from this vision that Dr. Eric is bringing to the world. Guys, this is a massive, massive opportunity. And so March 1st in Dubai, we have the official launch event. There'll be thousands and thousands of people at that event. We're organizing an event right now. Some of the leaders came to us and said, let's do another event in early November. I think we're going to be back in Scottsdale, Arizona for that event. And we're going to have another event. We'll have several hundred people at that event. We know there's challenges, right? Shipping hasn't gone live yet. Credit card processing hasn't gone live yet. Guys, those are small issues in the whole scheme of things. And we're going to share with you where things are at tonight and help set some proper expectations moving forward. But Dr. E, this is, if it was easy, it's sleazy, brother.
Well, let me explain a couple things. And when we met with the leaders in this and said, look, there's going to be some challenges along the way. And I want everybody to understand this. Part of my role in this is to make sure that we protect this whole system, because what we have is so powerful and what we have is so necessary, and why people are so excited about this. And I appreciate the urgency. Everybody wants, I mean, I told folks about some of the genetic stuff, the hair restoration, the face cream. Everybody wants it all. The reason why I said we're only going to, when in the pre-launch, we're only going to do the DNA, the 2 of the 4 core formulas, is because it's going to take a process. And Jeremy, like, look, people have no idea what it takes from a global standpoint, from a compliance standpoint, right? We made some tweaks to some of our formulas so that we can allow certain products into Europe and into Asia, because there's things we can do in North America that you can't do in other countries. And so we made some tweaks so we could do that. And just like you said, with the master microbiotic formula, that formula is so powerful. In fact, David and some of our other compliance folks had to work with the regulatory boards, because our bacteria is a little stronger than they're normally used to. And by the way, it's better than they're used to. So what we're doing has never been done. This is not another Me Too Vitavita Vegemin product. This is literal life-changing health and cellular restorative therapeutics. And the same thing with the genetic test. We had to make some tweaks so that we could get it into Asia and into Europe. We had to write on the label, not for medical diagnosis. We assume people understood that, right? We're not diagnosing diseases, but we have to protect the house. And there's going to be along the way, I need everyone to understand this, because I've been down this road in the healthcare space. You're really moving the dial in the healthcare field when you start to get some pushback every once in a while from, the other powers that be, right? And in a good way. And so our trajectory from point A to point B is not going to be a straight line. It's going to be that airplane going from St. Louis to LA like this, and it's going to hit some turbulence. But at the end of the day, if you stay true to the course, if you understand why we're really doing this, and understand that by the time we get to Dubai, every single kink is going to be so smooth and worked out, it's not even going to be funny how easy it is for us now to add the rest of the products, now to add the rest of the testing. Listen, I feel sometimes like a father talking to his kids, right? When I speak to the leaders, and not in a bad way, because I love their enthusiasm and excitement, but it's almost like, give us more, give us more, give us more. And I'm excited because they know what's possible. They know what's possible for helping others. They know what's possible for the financial aspect of it as well, Jeremy. But the reality of it is that this is such a powerful tool that we're launching. It has to be done correctly. So I know that I know a lot of folks have already got to experience the DNA test, which is powerful. I know a lot of lives have already been changed. I think I told you and Edward just the other day, there was a gentleman who had the testing done while they were in St. Louis a couple of weeks ago. They found out that they had some genetic imbalances. This guy tweaked his diet. He went from literally being a diabetic to now his blood sugars are normal within 4 weeks. That's what precision therapeutics and testing can do for someone. So I would be excited too. And I know that there are a lot of people out there that know their friends, their family, their loved ones who could benefit from this type of technology. And that's why people are eager, Jeremy. And I want everybody to know that we're working so hard, literally 18 to 20 hours a day, nonstop. We're going and blowing. And then between the work we're doing, we're jumping on Zooms and calls and doing this to educate people on where we're at. So those that understand the power of what we're building, that see the vision, that hold on to this, those are the ones that I'm so excited that we're working with right now. And the rest of everyone's going to come later. The rest are going to come when it's easy, right? But if it was easy, everybody would do it. They will do it. But the reality is that you're right, Jeremy. The best rewards are going to be for those that really are with us from the beginning and going through the ups and, to me, this is just normal medicine. I know how it works. This is just another Tuesday in the life of advancing healthcare. But now we're bringing it to the community. Sometimes there's a little bit of turbulence with that in a good way. But man, what's on the other side of it? Let me say this. What's on the other side of it is so powerful. Earlier this morning, I had a Zoom call with a group of doctors that deal with bariatric surgery. So these are weight loss doctors, and they're looking for alternatives because insurance isn't covering these surgeries as well. There's a lot of side effects that happen. There's just a lot of reasons why not to do those. I'm not against bariatric surgeries. A lot of people do really well with them, and I've recommended those for patients of mine. But they said, "Hey doc, we're really interested in what you're doing with the gut microbiome." They had no idea. This is a group of very highly educated doctors. They didn't know that there was a correlation between gut bacteria and obesity. So I
Oh,
educated
wow.
them on that. And then I talked to them about the use of what we're doing with the semaglutide and the peptides and the 45 reset. And they're like, "This is powerful." Then Jeremy, I showed them the app. And one of the doctors said, "Look, I've been involved in genetic testing for several decades. And it's not the test that's powerful. It's what do you do with the results that's powerful." And this doctor said to me, "I've never seen such a thorough assessment of those SNPs and then an action plan of what to do." Like, it is truly invaluable of what people can get from that. So I know how excited healthcare practitioners are. And to me, that's what excites me because if the healthcare experts are excited about this, Jeremy, I know all the people are going to be excited and they're going to reap the benefits, brother, soon.
Yeah,
So
absolutely, brother. And when those products are received and you start to experience them for yourselves, it's going to be incredible. So let us cover a quick update on that, guys, and then we're going to give you some more good news tonight as well. So we had a call earlier today. So one of the things we realized very quickly in this process, and a lot of times you can have the right people, but in the wrong places, right? And you don't know that until you get into the trenches. And so we've been working on building a dream team together with Dr. Eric. He brought an incredible team together over a year ago. Over a year ago now, that team's been working behind the scenes and on a regular basis. And what we realized now, because of some of the challenges that we faced early on, we said, "Hey, these were probably avoidable challenges if we had the right operations team in place ahead of time in front of it, the right people in the right places." And so, guys, we're really excited to announce that we have just brought on a full-time 40-year veteran of operations in this industry, not just the peer-to-peer product industry, but in the wellness industry as a whole. And they're a power couple because his wife specializes in legal and compliance with nutritional products globally, all around the world as well. And as timing would have it, they were available to come in and work with us on a full-time basis. And we said, "Guys, here's where we're at right now. We've got to get some things ironed out." And he said, "Man, this is what we do." And they jumped on it. And so we just had a call with them today to assess the situation. Where are what are the holdups, et cetera. And let me tell you, once we get past this initial phase, as Dr. Eric said, this thing is going to be cranking, a well-oiled machine. Everything's going to be ironed out, and product will ship within 24 to 48 hours of somebody placing an order. And so we've got 3 logistics centers set up globally to cover the entire world, one in the United States, one in Europe, and one in Japan. And we've got literally the globe covered. If DHL or FedEx delivers to a country, we have the ability to get product there. And we now have a phenomenal product person on board who knows exactly how to get registration done and all of those amazing things, and the operations person in place to work with our existing operations team. And so we were told today, if we want to be safe and not over promise and under deliver, but under promise and over deliver, within the next 2 weeks. So by the beginning week of October, products will be shipping. We hope that it's sooner than that. There's a higher probability that it is, but we want to be conservative with that because we want to make sure that inventory is ready to go. We want to make sure even on the labels, we had to make some changes on the labels. Once our compliance person came in, they said, "Yeah, you have to change this wording and this language here for certain countries." And so, hey, we learn as we go, right? We had a big vision. We plan on launching out of the gate. And we realized, okay, we got to build a big team behind us to reinforce this big vision that we have. But that is in place, guys. And so in the next 2 weeks, product is going to start shipping around the world, and you can expect to receive that product. And so what that also means is, listen, I recommend the next 2 weeks, anyone who gets their orders in the next 2 weeks, is going to be included in that first shipment. We've overproduced inventory. One thing we're not going to do is we're not going to oversell inventory. And so we've produced a good amount of inventory. We believe that's going to sustain us for the next couple of months. But if we ever get to a point where we see that we're not able to sustain it, we're not going to put people in this situation again, and we're going to be ahead of everything, and we'll make sure that if we are in this situation again, people aren't ordering with improper expectations. We're going to make sure that proper expectations are met and given from here forward. The DNA testing is also being shipped right now to all of the fulfillment centers in those 3 regions. There's a final piece of those packages, the return envelope for the DNA testing, that has to be completed and attached to those DNA kits. And so they may ship out sooner than the products, but let's go ahead and say a 2-week expectation on the DNA kits to ship as well, just to be safe, just to cover our backs on that. A lot of people have also asked about credit card processing. We believe that the credit card processing will also be live by October the 1st. It's a heavy lift on the development team side, especially with a lot of the things we had to be dealing with in the last few weeks, because they're having to recode a traditional software into a Web3 environment and then test it and really make sure that it's working. And so that's good, but it is going to allow people to onboard with debit cards. You'll still be participating in the smart contract model with the blockchain, but you won't have to necessarily go out and purchase USDT and load your wallet and all of that. Now, for most people, that's not a big hurdle anyhow. You can learn how to overcome that. And I think everyone should learn how to do that because our world is going in that direction for sure. However, we do understand that in today's world, convenience is everything. Somebody just wants to be a customer. They want to come in, they want to order a product. Having that credit card option is going to make it's actually a debit card option, I believe, is going to make it very easy for everybody as well. And so those are, I think, the most important timeline updates for everyone, just to set some proper expectations there. And listen, I know it's frustrating for some people, but I love the spirit of the leaders in this project who have been working relentlessly, building momentum, answering the questions and dealing with even the onboarding of new members. It's just been incredible leadership out there. So thanks to every one of you guys who have just took on that role and said, hey, we understand there's challenges, but we know that this is big enough and it's worth going through those challenges because of the impact that we're going to have on the world, because the amount of money that people are going to make in this project, it's just on every level. We're going to look back and go, man, you remember when? And we appreciate you guys and your patience. Dr. Eric, one of the things that everyone we have several leaders have been working with you on this. They're so pumped. I got a call just now from another dear friend of mine who said, I'm going to be one of the best testimonies in Biolimitless. They're all in on the 45 easy. And man, this is big. This is really big. And I'm going to throw it over to you to talk about what the 45 easy is, why every single person who's joining Biolimitless should go to, I believe it's 45easy.com, I think, right? Or
it is.
I'll confirm that, but
it is.
why everyone should go to 45easy.com, register for the 45-day easy challenge, go through those videos and implement these small but powerful lifestyle changes that can make all the difference in the world. So, brother, I know you're passionate about this, and so I'm going to throw it over to you, man.
Yeah. So, look, I'll tell you this. A couple of years ago, there was a really well-known challenge that went through the internet, right? It was 75 days of a challenge, right? And I said, well, man, that's great, but you know what? We can make some huge changes in 45 days and really change people's lives. So 2+ years ago, I created this program, 45 Easy. And because it's 45 powerful days doing 7 daily simple steps. And Jeremy, this is what I'm so passionate about. Like, this is what gets me going, is little bitty tweaks can lead to huge peaks in people's health. So again, like you said, folks can go to 45easy.com. They can download the free workbook that I put there. We actually, you can print off the workbook, or you can go and order it from the site. But we have access now through the Biolimitless Direct app. They have all the videos. They have all the workbooks. They have a book. I wrote a book about it as well that takes all of the aspects of 45 Easy and really lays it out. Everything from what foods you should eat to fasting to supplementation. And I'm telling you that in 45 days, you can absolutely kickstart the rest of your life. In 45 days, following these simple steps, we can break up old habits and patterns. Listen, you hear me talk all the time about the fact that 60% of North Americans' population has one type of chronic disease. 40% has two types of chronic disease. Folks, 1 out of 10 kids has chronic disease. These are all lifestyle related disorders. And there are things that can be done, 7 simple steps over 45 days to detoxify your body, to reset your cells, to get your metabolism going. It can literally change your life. Some folks who have already gone through this have lost massive amount of weight. They've regained their muscle. They've been able to sleep again. I can't tell you how many people have reset their hormones. This is a reset on a cellular level that resets metabolism, resets hormones, and it's simple and it's free. We're giving this to the community to use, not just for themselves, but to share with members of their own communities, because all of us have the opportunity as a ripple effect to change the lives of not just ourselves, but the lives of people around us. And Jeremy, what I've experienced on the 45 Easy Challenge in my own private practice, I've seen couples' lives changed. I mean, I have one couple, and I'm telling you, I'm working on them to come to Dubai. It's a big ask, but these guys actually have done multiple sets of the 45 Easy Challenge, and between a husband and a wife, they've lost 200 pounds, 200 pounds between the two of them. Now they've done multiple resets, right? But their lives have been changed by it, and this is a program that really, truly is easy to do, but sometimes it's hard to take that step. So what I want us to do, and I want us as a global community, is to come up with a date and say, okay, on this date, all of us in this global community are going to start the first 45 Easy Challenge, because we can do 2 of these, pretty close to 2 of these between now and the time that we get to Dubai. And you know how many people's lives can be changed? How powerful would it be if we had hundreds, if not thousands of people that said, hey, my life's been changed. My blood pressure is better. My cholesterol is better. I've lost weight. I'm off my blood pressure meds, or my diabetes is reversed. That can happen. And it's not difficult. The problem is that most practitioners don't give you the map, the keys in the car to drive yourself so that you can reset yourself. That's exactly what we did. And we're giving you all of this information so that you can take it and that you can change your life and change the lives of others. And there's another cool little thing. I'm going to tease it, but there's a cool little secondary piece to 45 Easy that you're going to learn about soon that can help accelerate it. And that's going to be a global trend that all of us together can really make this thing go viral. So, Jeremy, I couldn't be more excited about it. I would encourage everybody to get involved. Go to 45easy.com right now. Check it out. Download the workbook. Start watching the videos. And let's get after this thing, man. It's really going to be awesome.
I love it, Dr. Egan. What we're going to do is get together with all of the top leaders and organize an official launch date on the 45-day Easy Challenge. It'll be a community-wide movement. It'll be viral. It'll be high impact. Everyone will have their products, right? So it'll be a combination of the products and the 7 small things that every one of us can implement in our lifestyle on a daily basis, small tweaks. I love that. And it's going to be powerful. So 45 Easy. And then Dr. Eric, I'm excited too, because we've rolled out 2 of the 4 core 4 products, right? We've got the cell signal product, which is the proprietary blend of the peptides, along with some other cofactors that are just incredible for signaling and waking up our cells to go to work and to activating at a cellular level. I'm so pumped about the Master Microbiotic product because of the deep dive that I did on. I had no idea that the gut was the root of so many things, from energy, fatigue, mental health. I mean, your skin, your anti-aging. I mean, the gut is everything. And I had no idea. And I had no idea how today's diet, our Western, especially lifestyle, is just breaking the gut down and creating that leaky gut syndrome and putting more and more toxins into the bloodstream. And so it's powerful, right? What you've put together, there's no other product out there in the marketplace like the Master Microbiotic. I'm really excited because I didn't realize until you started talking about the core four, the power of enzymes. And that's a third component that I forget what you call it, a demagogue or something. You'll use the technical word, but it's one of the four key components. Stem cell, I think stem cells are the fourth one, but enzymes are play such a powerful role. And then the fourth product is the detox, to be able to pull the toxins out. And this is massive. 50% of the population, many of you will find out when you take your DNA test that you have the MTHFR gene defect. I'm one of those. I have that. And one of the things that one of the results of that is that those of us that have that, and I think you said, Dr. Eric, in the US, it's probably closer to 70 to 80% of the population that has that MTHFR gene. But we don't have, our bodies do not produce glutathione or convert glutathione the way that it should. And glutathione is the most important and the most powerful antioxidant in our natural body. It's what removes the toxins from our brain, from our bodies. And it removes it. Well, if you have this gene defect, your body is not removing toxins the way that it has the ability to remove. And so people with that defect have been storing toxins, right? And I felt it in my mental health. I felt it in my energy levels. And now I realize what's going on. And to have a detox formula that actually helps pull the toxins out of your body, Dr. Eric, it's a game changer. So we're definitely excited to evolve into the core four products. And I'll throw it over to you to talk a little bit, I guess, probably about all four of our products, man.
100%. So this is probably one of the most common sense conversations that you can have from a healthcare standpoint. There really are four necessary steps in order to really give your body the opportunity to truly have cellular expression and health, right? And the first thing is, you guys always know, even prior to the four things that we should do, that genetic test and living your genetic lifestyle is absolutely so ridiculously important. It's not fun. But you have to understand that step one, we have to clear the clutter. We live in a toxic world. The air we breathe, the food we eat, what we wash our clothes with. I mean, we are bombarded with hundreds, if not thousands, of toxins in our society every day. And those toxins make our cells sick. So when I hear the word toxic, I hear the word sick in there. And we now know, some of the latest research shows that 80+% of the human population has forever chemicals in their body, plastics in their body. Those will get lodged in their organs. And these PFAS and other chemicals cause cellular dysfunction. They cause cancer. They cause hormone disruption, and they lead to symptoms, sickness, and disease. And think about a bucket. If you have a bucket filled with garbage, well, you could put all the great stuff inside that. I could put all the best vitamins, minerals, and nutrients, but there's still garbage in that bucket. I got to clean that garbage out. We got to take out the clutter. The trash needs to be dumped out. So I'm going to tell you this detox formula that we have. I've been so waiting to tell you about this. First of all, it's already been shown to knock out parasites, candida, yeast, and fungus. That is huge, huge. We've already shown that it can remove some of the forever chemicals out of the body, PFAS being one of them, plastic markers being another one. Heavy metals is a huge one. That's why it's going to be so powerful whenever you're going to be able to do a finger prick test from home, measure your toxicities, say, oh, we've got cadmium, arsenic, lead that's high in your body. You do the detox protocol, and then 3 months later retest, and oh my gosh, it's gone. You have to understand that these toxins in our body feed these abnormal cells. It leads to diseases. It leads to serious problems. This is what feeds parasites, what feeds candida. It feeds these micro infections that cause serious problems in the human body. So we've got that formula. That's always been step one for healing, is clear out the clutter. Step two then is, obviously, we've got to get the microbiome like it's supposed to, right? The bacteria of the gut has to be working like it's supposed to. That bacteria is everything. I mean, even Hippocrates. I now have a statue right here given to me by one of our Asian leaders gave me this statue of Hippocrates. I love it. And Hippocrates says, first you must fix the gut, and then everything else will fall into place. Well, that master microbiome truly is a game changer with that. I used to have to give 3 or 4 products to heal the gut. Now it's one and done. One product plus living your genetic lifestyle, we can wipe out leaky gut issues and all that leaky gut causes. Then we've got to get the cells to signal, right? The cells have to wake up, because remember, once we get over the age of 30, we start to lose 90% of the function of the enzymes, the peptides, the hormones, the bioregulators, all the things in our body that make our cells vibrate. And those of you that have seen the videos that I showed in Las Vegas of the cells that are that are moving, well, they slow down as we age. Well, that cell signaling technology helps turn those cells back on, helps the body detoxify, pulls that stuff out. Well, the body also needs raw materials. Did you know that there are 90 essential nutrients? Essential, which means you have to get them, you have to eat them. They're essential. If you don't have them in your body doesn't have all of the chemical compounds to do what it's supposed to do. Well, we now have been able to put a formula together, the Biolimitless daily formula, that has all 92 essential vitamins, minerals, and nutrients in a bioavailable, absorbable form, and he tied into it the enzymes, the plant-based enzymes, amylase, lipase, protease. And I cannot tell you how powerful enzyme therapy is. Enzyme therapy was my introduction into nutritional work into my clinic. I learned that there are reflexes on the body that if you have, like, for example, if people have tight shoulders, upper traps all the time, that's typically a deficiency in a digestive enzyme called lipase. If your jaws are tight all the time, or your feet are burning, or you get calf issues, that's a protease deficiency. I mean, so you have physical manifestation of pain and symptoms when you have deficiencies in these enzymes. And again, once we get over the age of 30, your enzyme production goes massively down. And enzymes grab all those nutrients, break them down so that our cells can grab them and absorb them. And enzymes wake cells up as well. So everything we do is all about driving that cellular function to improve and improve the genetic expression of the human body. So I can't tell you how powerful it is to, number one, have all the essential nutrients that the human body needs to have. So many people ask me, what should I have as a multivitamin, multimineral? We got it. It's on its way for you. Okay. And it's driven by enzymes. Complete game changer. Okay. I was blessed to study with a doctor by the name of Dr. Howard Loomis, who's recognized and known as the father of enzyme therapy. And he taught me that enzymes are one of the most common deficiencies globally across the planet that causes things like, listen to this, if you're deficient in enzymes, here are some of the symptoms you get: sore, stiff joints, headaches, migraines, fatigue, anxiety, depression, insomnia, upset stomach, diarrhea, bloatiness, constipation, and a whole slew of autoimmune issues. If you fall into that category, there's a 90% chance that you have a deficiency in an enzyme. We're putting those enzymes with those nutrients to drive them into the body. That's number one. So we're giving the body everything it needs from a nutritional standpoint. There will be no question. Number two, we're pulling all the toxins out. We're getting out all the heavy metals. We're getting out all the plastics. We're getting as much as we can. We live in a massive toxic world. And by the way, we made this detoxification formula. This is powerful. It's something that you can take on a daily basis. Most detoxification formulas, you have to take them only for a couple weeks at a time. You can't take them with any other medications or supplements. The way that we develop this, you can take them every day with your supplements the rest of your life, no problem. Powerful. The third thing, now we've got the master microbiotics, which, you guys, I cannot tell you how powerful that technology is. And by the way, people don't just start feeling better, they look better. I need you to understand that your skin is literally your intestines and your liver turned inside out. So when people have acne and eczema and psoriasis and rosacea, all those things are from the inside out. And then the last thing we have is the cell signaling technology. So we're waking up the cells, we're fixing the gut microbiome, we're giving the body all the nutrients it needs with enzymes, and we've got the detox. That is the core four that every man, woman, and child should be on. And that is, and if they have that buttoned up with then their DNA lifestyle, Now, all the other cool stuff that I'm going to show you that we're going to launch in Dubai is going to be condition specific, wellness specific things that people will need on a temporary basis. I'm going to take this for a while to reset my blood sugars. I'm going to take this for a while to get my muscles to get up. I'm going to take this for a while to reset my hormones, but I always need to have my core four. And here's what's really cool. Most people don't realize the reason why they have cravings for sugars, the cravings for processed foods and all that stuff is because they have an overgrowth of bacteria and candida in their system and a deficiency in macro and micronutrients. Every naturopath on the planet will tell you that the cause of most disease is a deficiency in these and a surplus of this. Our formulas deal with both of those. So I couldn't be more excited about this. The Biolimitless Core 4 will go viral. The Biolimitless Core 4 will be revolutionary. The Biolimitless Core 4 will change the way that healthcare is delivered and received on a direct-to-consumer basis, on an influencer basis, and on a clinical basis with doctors across the globe. So, Jeremy, I couldn't be more excited about this, and I hope everybody listening is as excited as I am. It's truly powerful.
It's truly powerful, man. We when we approached, these product conversations this last year, it was never about, oh, what can sell, what will people buy. It's literally done from a biologics perspective, biological health perspective. And I love that. I love your knowledge of the human body and the science behind how we can help people heal and how we can help wake up and activate peak performance in people's lives. Guys, this journey is going to be so worth it because we are going to bring a movement of changed lives of high impact to the world. Combine that with a 45-day easy, creating a culture where people are making small but highly leveraged changes in our daily lives. That's powerful. And then combine that with a financial opportunity to be a part of owning the clinics that are going to be going up around the world, having equity ownership in the Biolimitless Centers of Excellence, a model that's never been done. And guys, we'll be sharing more about that towards the end of this week, early next week. Once we have the Edgar filing done with the SEC, once that's returned back to us, it should be any day now. We'll be announcing that. We'll be announcing a webinar with the community where we'll be showing everything, the whole breakdown of how that business model works, how you can be a part of that business model. I know, Dr. Eric, the first raise that we're doing is going to be for the first 4 clinics, the master clinic in Austin, which is going to be the home office, a training center where the doctors will come in and get trained. The staff will get trained in Austin, Texas, as well as Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas, and then right there in your backyard in St. Louis will be the first 4 Biolimitless Centers of Excellence. We have the first 20 centers identified and ready to roll out. And so we've got a very, very exciting roadmap between now and the end of this year and between now and the Dubai event on March the 1st. If you've not yet registered for the Dubai event, recommend that you do that. You go to limitless2025.com, limitless2025.com, and you can register for the Dubai event. This is going to be a massive event. I know that we'll have well over 5,000 people at this event. It's going to be so high impact, life-changing, and we're going to make some huge announcements at this event as well. Guys, we believe that we are launching together what is going to be the fastest growing billion-dollar project. We believe that we're going to raise the bar of what is possible in this industry on every level, from the quality of the products to the culture and leadership of the community to the education and knowledge that you're going to be receiving from Dr. Eric and his team on how to master your own health and your body. We're going to bring self-care and healthcare together in a way that's never been done. Advanced testing, advanced technologies that we're going to be bringing to the market. And then, of course, the Biolimitless Centers of Excellence, where people can actually go and on-site and receive some of the most advanced treatments to precision testing, precision treatment, precision nutrition that the world has ever seen. So, man, it's going to be incredible. And we're going to look back at these first few weeks and say, man, do you remember when? Dr. Eric, I remember Saturday morning in Las Vegas when you and I got the phone call that the products weren't there. Like literally, we had an event in 3 hours, And we get the phone call that the products are not there. And we said, well, here we go. We're disruptors. We're doing what's never been done before.
Exactly.
We're creating products that they didn't know what category to put us in. What category is this product? Where does it fit? Because no one has ever done this before, right? So here we
Jeremy,
go.
that's exactly right. When we're having conversations, it's so fun to me because there's so many behind the scenes things going on. And by the way, once we get through all of it, we'll be able to share everything, the funniness, and we'll probably have a lot of really good jokes to tell from Dubai. Like, I'm literally speaking to regulators, and most of you guys know I can barely speak English, and I'm talking to European regulators, Japanese regulators, people all over the world. And I'm saying, okay, well, it's not what you're saying is not in our book, Dr. Eric. It's not in the book. And I'm saying, how do you put it in the book? Because the book is what people have done before, Jeremy. And we are writing new chapters in that book. And it gives me goosebumps to think about it. And this is the thing, that everybody here that's listening, there's only a small amount of people listening now compared to what we're going to be talking to in the next 6 to 12 months. I promise you on a level that you can't even imagine. What is about to happen is such a game changer. What is about to happen is going to be written in the history books forever, and you get to be a part of it. And there's no fluff behind that. That's real. When we're really bringing functional medicine, functional neurology, cell-based self-care to the globe that's never been done, giving you access to be your own healthcare practitioner. We have a telehealth project that we're getting ready to launch that I was talking to Jeremy about today that I can't wait to share with you guys. We have an academy that we're getting ready to launch for Biolimitless. It's going to be such a game changer that we've already had colleges and universities ask us to be accredited for them, so doctors and healthcare practitioners can get continuing education. That's how solid and legit what we're doing is. And the fact that we're bringing this, if I would have just brought this to doctors, we would have not had any hurdles. We're bringing this to the global community. And that's what's fun about this, Jeremy. You're right, because this is the fun time. Once we get over the hurdles and bumps, to be honest with you, we're probably going to be bored. And we're probably going to be looking for some more disruptive things to do because, man, I just get so passionate and fired up because I know what's coming. And by the way, you may not see it yet, but don't worry, I see it, we see it, a lot of the leaders see it, and soon, not only are you going to be able to see it, you're going to smell it, taste it, feel it, and live it, and that's what I can't wait for, brother. It's going to be amazing.
I love it, bro. So honored to be on this journey with you. Edward, I see you're in your Uber and on your way to the airport. Any closing thoughts you want to share?
Yes. I wanted to ask Dr. Eric a question actually. You mentioned when you talked about the products, master microbiotics and detox and enzymes, everything you said, every man, woman, and child should take. When you say child, I'm thinking like, what age? Do you have an age for that?
Yeah. So the master microbiotics, the detox formula, and the daily, literally from, I'm going to tell you that we're going to have on the label, it's going to say 12
On
and
the
up,
label,
right?
yes.
And it's going to say consult your physician. Okay. If you're going to do it any less than that. Now the cell signaling, remember cell signaling technology, that's primarily going to be for adults. That's going to be 18 and up. Some people are going to choose to give it to their children, 16, 14, 12. That's their decision. But every child needs master microbiotics. Did you know the very first place that a child is supposed to get their first dosage of the microbiotics that are going to start their immune system is when they are born vaginally, coming down the vaginal canal? That's when they get their first bacteria. Did you know that 70% of all births right now are C-section delivery? These people never get their bacteria. And kids that get put on certain types of formulas, and especially if they have MTHFR, they never get their bacteria. They never get their immune system. So this is literally something you can give your children. The detox formula, we've got two, you're going to see it. It's 2 droppers a day for children, 2 droppers a day for adults, 1 for kids. I have it at my house right now. My children, every day, they line up like little birds. My wife gives them their vitamin D, gives them their detox formula, and then their probiotics, and they're out the door because we want to protect our children. That's what we do. So it really is for men, women, and children. And we'll talk about
That's amazing.
dosing. We'll talk about protocols.
Yeah.
Doc, I'm gonna share something. I might have a chance to blow your mind on this one. I just read a study, and this is so incredible because what's happening now is the medical community is accepting the reality. And it's funny because sometimes the medical communities are the last ones to accept scientific breakthroughs. But the importance of gut bacteria is being accepted. And so in UK, they just completed a study, and this is fascinating. No one has ever done a study on the microbiome of newborn children. And study's never been done. And they did a study on the microbiome of newborn children. And what they saw is that there was two categories. There were those that were very dominant in a certain set of bacteria, which are considered the healthy bacteria that you need for health. But there's another set of bacteria that are highly prevalent in people with disease. So there's a set of gut bacteria that are highly prevalent in people that have disease, right? They've made this adult correlation. And there was a group of babies, and I think it was about 30% of them, who were born with a large presence of this bad group of bacteria. And so they said, okay, now we have to figure out why. And here's what they found out. 100% of the cases, listen to this, this is so crazy. The mothers, for whatever health issue they were dealing with, were on antibiotics during the pregnancy.
That's right.
And if the mothers were on antibiotics, which, listen, which is so common, right? Antibiotics are so common. If they were on antibiotics during the pregnancy, it literally impacted. So it got me to thinking, okay, that's an extreme case of antibiotics. But what if the mother doesn't have great gut health? What if, right? So there's a direct correlation between the gut health of the mother during pregnancy, the bacteria of the mother, and then the child. And this was fascinating to me, brother. And it's just one of the many things. But guys, just antibiotics alone have destroyed. So anyway, to me, that was fascinating. I said, that's incredible. And no wonder we've seen disease go up so much in our world today, right? Because by generation, we're passing along a worsening situation. They're being born into a worsening situation.
That's you're so spot on. And that's why, like, the blue zones, the areas that we took those bacteria that are prevalent in those individuals, because those are the bacteria that are prevalent in healthy individuals. And you're talking about the bacteria that's prevalent in individuals with disease that doesn't exist in those blue zones. That's the formula that we put in our master microbiotic. I mean, it's the most common sense thing that you could possibly do. Then you wrap it in phytoencapsulation, get 99% survivability into the GI tract, and that's what you need. What's so cool is that I have people that come to me with grocery sacks full of supplements, literally grocery sacks full of supplements, taking hundreds of pills sometimes a day. It's insane what some people do. And we're able, through our DNA testing, to say, here's how you live your lifestyle. Take these 4 formulas. And then if you have a specific issue, you might need 1 or 2 more over here for 6 to 12 months. But at the end of the day, 4 products, live your lifestyle. That's what you need to do. I mean, how simple and convenient is that, right? And it's really based off of the common senseness of things that you just said, those studies that everybody on here should know that. Everybody on here should know that if you do that, if you're pregnant and you have antibiotics, you have a higher risk of developing these issues. Just like if you have MTHFR and you are pregnant, you have a 10-fold chance of having a child with some type of neurological developmental issue if you take Tylenol during your pregnancy. I mean, there's all these subtle little things that if you know about yourself, you can have a better informed decision of what you should and shouldn't do. And what was so powerful with the conversation I had with the doctors today, when I showed them all of the SNPs we measured, they said, wow, this can help us with understanding what we should and should not prescribe for our patients. So I will be, and our geneticist team will be doing courses for providers to help them understand deeper. This is what the Biolimitless Centers of Excellence is. This is a whole different level of healthcare that most of you have never had a chance to experience, that we're going to be putting in every one of your backyards. I mean, to me, this is super exciting, Jeremy. You know?
Love it. Well, brother, it's always incredible to be with you. Thank you so much for everything you're doing for the community and for the world. And we're just getting started. So we're at the top of the hour. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be sharing more updates as we get them in, and we're excited. Let's let's keep the momentum going, guys. Let's discipline our disappointments. We know everybody's waiting on the products, and it's exciting, and you're waiting. But let's discipline our disappointments and just recognize that we are doing what's never been done before. So we're facing some initial challenges out of the gate to get everything rolled out the right way. But once we get past that, guys, it's going to be off to the races again. So thank you, everybody. We love you. God bless. We'll talk soon.